Hi everybody, this is Lonna. So today I'm making homemade soup. So here you can see I have my celery, I have green onions, I've already kind of ground up my parsley. I have vegetables, mixed vegetables. I have soup bone here. I got my beef stew meat, couple of cans of sauce, and my seasoning, my dry seasoning, which is a mixed seasoning with garlic and herb and a little bit of red pepper, and I'll probably sprinkle a little salt and black pepper as well. So then I have my beef broth and my vegetable broth along with some garlic seasoning, and I have some fresh garlic here as well. All right, so I'm excited about my soup bones here, guys. So stay tuned and I'm going to get started. All right, thanks for watching again. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed as of yet, click the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. And like I said, if you cook anything with any techniques, or if you just cooked everything that I cook, or from start to beginning, or whatever, if you use anything from Cooking with Lonna, hashtag Cooking with Lonna. All right, thanks for watching. All right, so first I'm going to boil my beef stew meat. And actually, what I did was I seasoned it first. All right, put like maybe a tablespoon of mixed seasoning, a teaspoon of red pepper, and a tablespoon of garlic seasoning. So I'm going to allow this to boil probably, well, really until tender, but probably about 45 minutes or so, okay? And of course it will boil in the soup, but I'd like it to get a bit tender before, okay? All right, and also I'm going to boil my soup bone. So I'm going to go ahead and add the soup bone as well, and as you can see, I seasoned the soup bone as well. All right, so I'm going to put a few of these in here. I'm going to save half of this probably for another soup. Today is like a vegetable soup. Next time I'll probably make like a chicken noodle. And I only kind of make these once a year. Then I put them in little containers. Make it convenient for my family to eat. Alright, so here we go. Let's go ahead and put that in there. Alright. Alright, so now I have the soup bone in there along with the beef stew meat. I'm going to let this just take its time and boil for a while. Alright, so in this spot I'm going to go ahead and add my spaghetti. Alright, so here's the spaghetti. Go ahead and add that in there. And this is spaghetti, thin spaghetti number 3. So I like to use at least the luxury of the Barilla. And I like to use a number 3 or a number 4. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to allow this to boil not as long as I usually would if I'm just kind of tossing this with cheese. I'm going to let it boil probably for about 4 minutes. Alright, and I'll take it out, okay? And it'll still be a little bit, not hard, but it's going to boil a little bit more in the soup, okay? Alright. And I may not use it all, so remember, do not throw all of your spaghetti in the soup pot, because you have to kind of gauge, you know, how much you need. And you'll see that later. I don't want a soup pot of spaghetti, all right? So I want it balanced between the meat, spaghetti, and the, you know, the other items that are in the soup, the vegetables and what have you, okay? All right, continue watching, guys. All right, the spaghettis are done already. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and sit this on the side. All right, and like I said, I won't just throw them all in there. I'll gauge how much I need. Okay, all right. All right, so I've chopped up all of the fresh seasoning. I have the rosemary all chopped up over here. I have the garlic and I have parsley here. Um, onions and green onions in the back. These are white onions, and then I have celery here. So this is everything that's going in there. For some reason I don't have bell pepper, but usually I do put a green bell pepper in there. All right. So anyway, everything's all chopped up, ready to go in the broth. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the broth boiling a little bit. All right. All right, so it's going to be a little while for the meat, so I'm going to go ahead and start adding some broth. Go ahead and start adding some broth to the pot, vegetable broth and chicken broth. All right. If you want to, you can just basically boil a bunch of vegetables, in which I'll have vegetables in here, but I use a little broth to kind of help with the flavoring, okay? And there will be stock from the vegetable in there because I am using frozen vegetables, or you can use, you can chop up fresh carrots and green beans or what have you, and just, you know, use that stock, okay? But anyway, I use, as we've seen before, the beef broth and the vegetable broth. All right, and then I'm gonna start adding my tomato sauce, okay? And then of course my two tomato paste, okay? All right, so I'll begin adding that, and then I'll add the chopped seasoning as well. All right, as you can see, I added 2 cans already, or one of the large cans. So you basically need maybe, I'm probably going to use 4 cans of sauce and 1 can, maybe 2 of paste. We'll see how thick it is once I add the beef broth from the boiling beef, okay? And soup bone. I'm excited about my soup bones, guys. It's going to be so much flavor in those soup bones when everything is together. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, so I'm going to let this boil a little bit, all right, and let the paste kind of, you know, blend with the sauce, and then I'll add my fresh seasoning, all right? Oh my gosh, this smells so good already, and I know it's not ready, but the beef smell and that soup bone, guys, look at that. I don't know why I'm so excited about the soup bone. Oh, did I waste some on the side? I guess I did. Alright, so we're going to let this boil a little bit longer. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and add my chopped seasoning and my vegetables. Alright. I have a lot of chopped seasoning here. So I'm going to pick up this entire chopping board, and I'll begin to kind of just push it on over in the bowl, okay? So remember, I have one hand I'm using with the spoon, and the other I'm holding the camera. So be patient with me here. All right. It's a lot of seasoning, but that's all going to make it so good. All right. Get all of this in, guys. Remember, I had white onion, rosemary, fresh parsley, celery, green onions, garlic, and I'm going to put a little bit of thyme in it as well. All right. Okay. So you can see the sauce is a little bit thick right now, but I'm going to add the actual broth from over here from the boiling soup bone and beef stew meat, okay? Alright, so you'll see me put that in there in a moment. But first, I'm going to go ahead and add my mixed veggies, okay? Add that to the mix. gosh, this smells so good already, y'all. You know how I get. Oh my goodness, yes. So yeah, it's a little bit thick. So like I said, when I add the actual broth from the beef stew meat that I have boiling over there, it's gonna thin it out a bit. All right. I'm gonna start adding a little bit of seasoning, dry seasoning. So I'm gonna add a tablespoon of the seasonal. Tablespoon of Mrs. Dash garlic or garlic seasoning, whichever kind you use. And a little bit of red pepper. A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of salt. And when I say a tablespoon, I don't add the entire tablespoon at one time. I'm going to stir this and I'll come back and add the rest. I normally do like a half tablespoon in the beginning, and then I'll taste it and come back and add the rest, okay? All right, looking good. So let's let this soften a bit. And then I'll add the beef stew meat, okay? All right, so I will begin spooning in my beef stew meat along with the ham bone. Okay, I begin spooning that on in here. Okay, let everything cook together. The last thing I will add is my spaghetti. Okay. Guys, this smells so good. It's cold here in Louisiana, so it's a great day for soup. Okay. Cannot wait until it's done. I'll eat it with some crackers. And you'll see that shortly. From here, guys, it's not much time. I mean, everything is just going to cook together. Shouldn't be that long. Today we have a Saints game coming on. I cannot wait. Can't wait to watch it. Yum, yum. And this beef stock is going to go in the pot as well. So that will kind of thin the sauce out a bit, okay? All right, so I'll continue adding this in and I'll add the beef stock. All right, so everything's in the pot except the spaghetti. All right. Ah, my ham bone. I cannot wait to taste that on my plate. I know you're supposed to leave it in the pot, but I'm going to chew on one of them. Or try. All right, guys, so everything is in the pot. Excuse me. I'm going to let this boil. Gosh, it smells so good, y'all. I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. I'm not lying. I don't even have the bin on. I wanted it all over the house. I do have a little crack in the window, though. All right, guys. So I'm going to let everything cook down. All right. Oh, also, I'll add the other half of my dry seasoning. All right. So let me just kind of taste a little bit. Yum already. I have to taste it. It's so good. All right, so that's a little bit of garlic seasoning. Okay, a little bit of red pepper. And a little bit of mixed seasoning. All right. So I'm going to let this cook down for about 10 more minutes and I'll come and taste it again. Yum, yum, yum. Stay tuned, guys, all right? All right. So guess what, guys? It is just about done there. It probably got about 5 more minutes. All right. I just added a little bit of seasoning, guys, so I would suggest that you would taste it. See if you need a little bit more salt or pepper. I'm going to begin to add my noodles, okay, since it's almost done. And like I said, do not pour all of the noodles in there because you'll have a pot of noodles. They'll swell up in your pot, trust me. I've seen people do that. It hadn't happened to me. Now these are number 3 noodles, okay? You could be creative and put whatever kind of noodles you want. I'll use normally number 3 or number 4. Sometimes even number 5. It just depends, okay? Alright, so those are my noodles. I'll probably add just a, oh, that's hot. Just a little bit more. Okay. Remember, I don't want just a pot of noodles, so, and trust me, they kind of swell up. Remember, they cooked a little bit when we boiled them, so they're going to kind of swell up a little bit more, okay? That's the Saints game in the background. I'm not going to apologize because we're enjoying it, and they're in the playoffs. Headed to the Super Bowl. Remember, I called it. All right, guys. So, hey, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. All right. And like I said, taste it. All right. Make sure it's seasoned how you want. So 5 more minutes. It should be done. Awesome. Awesome. Yum, yum, yum. Y'all should smell it. I tell you no lie. Look at my bones. All right, guys. Let me go. Next, you'll see me plate it. Thanks for watching. Like I said before, if you have not subscribed already, click that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, so we're at halftime, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get this plated, but this is it. Everything is pretty much done. Lots of meat, lots of vegetables, noodles. I'm going to go ahead and plate it now. Alright guys, so this is done. Alright, so you're going to see the pictures of me plating it in a minute. Alright, thanks for watching.